A fragile Geneva agreement to resolve the Ukraine crisis is hanging by a thread. 5 people were killed in a gun battle near the volatile eastern town of Slavyansk early on Sunday. Anti-government militiamen say a convoy of 4 vehicles approached their checkpoint in the early hours of the morning and opened fire. The militants say 3 of their men were killed and 2 of the attackers. The attackers were reportedly said to be members of the so-called Right Sector Nationalists, a group loosely aligned with the government in Kiev. Moscow has expressed outrage at the attack, while Ukraine claims it was staged by Russia. The attack came just hours after Kiev declared a truce to coincide with the Easter holiday. Let's get more now with CCTV's Kate Parkinson live in Donetsk.
Well, yes, the truth of what happened in Slavyansk this morning, in the early hours of this morning, has been difficult to establish, as with many incidents here in the Ukraine. This is a place where rumors spread very quickly, misinformation, propaganda is spread by both sides. For example, the armed militias that we spoke to in Slavyansk today said 5 people had been killed, but a Reuters journalist who was at the scene shortly afterwards said they saw only 2 bodies. But what this incident does illustrate, as you mentioned there, with the charge and countercharge from the various sides involved, followed by the volley of accusations between Moscow and Kiev, what it does illustrate is the level of mistrust and hatred and how deep that runs on both sides, as I found out when I visited Slavyansk earlier today. People gather in church to receive an Easter blessing, but today's are not normal celebrations. Slavyansk is a town under siege, the most dangerous place in Ukraine, according to the Interior Ministry. Armed gunmen have set up checkpoints all over town and roam the streets in their balaclava masks. It's a show of strength that says they reject Kiev's rule and that they are in control here.
We are not going to hide. We are not going to wait. We will come for them.
It's strangely surreal, but locals seem unfazed. Many here support the militia's call for more autonomy and independence from Kiev.
I am in favor of a referendum. This could be a separate, democratic, small republic. I don't know what else it could be. There isn't going to be a united Ukraine, that's for sure.
As he shows off items seized during Sunday's attack, the town's rebel leader says he is in no mood to negotiate with Kiev or its Western allies.
You cannot trust either of them. How can you conduct negotiations with the West? I mean, the EU and the United States, if they don't keep their word, today they say one thing, tomorrow they will completely do the opposite.
International mediators are trying to persuade the pro-Russian groups to disarm. It's a difficult task that now seems almost impossible. Suddenly, it is going to be harder to implement the Geneva Agreement following this incident. The armed militia groups were not very keen on laying down their weapons in the first place, but it's hard to imagine how they would be willing to now that they believe that they're under the threat of violent attack from forces loyal to Kiev. When I was in Slavyansk today, it was a strange feeling in the town. There was an uneasy calm as you saw people in the streets celebrating at Easter, but gunmen everywhere. And there was a sense that while it may feel calm for now, that calm could be shattered in a matter of moments.
Kate Parkinson reporting live from Donetsk. Thank you for that.